I've been making things since I was 3. Creating is my happy place and my passion. My hope is that you feel inspired as a result of watching my videos and create something incredible. So my stockings are full of all of their goodies, and I can't wait to give them out. They were so cute, so fun, so easy to make. I made a bunch. So I hope you do too. Look at that. And I didn't even buy one piece of fabric. If this is your first time here, I would love for you to subscribe because this channel is all about creativity and inspiration. I hope you feel inspired to create something amazing. Feel free to share the inspiration because life is a journey we make together. And now I will show you how this charming Crazy Patch project was made. I love Crazy Patch. I do. You can make anything you want into Crazy Patch. This is actually a Christmas tree skirt. Works great. Use it every year. You can make any shape you want into Crazy Patch. So I have all these extra fabrics from other projects. This is going to be just so fun. I have no idea what's in here. Yep, that's going to be perfect. So the first thing I did is I just kind of separated big pieces into small pieces. So I've got my shape of what I'm going to do, and it's just on flimsy cardboard. Anything will make a template. With all Crazy Patch, you start with a 5-sided pattern. And I have a variety of different shapes and sizes that I've made on other projects, and I always keep them. So that in this case, I can just bring them out, say that's too big, that's too little, and try to figure it out. Now I know here that I'm going to put this white fur stuff on there, and you want to kind of just audition what kind of size that you want to start with. Or I could do one big template, which I think I've decided to do. And I think I know just what the main fabric's going to be. It's cute and it'll be perfect for the centerpiece. You just have to make sure that, okay, there, the pattern, right? I can move this around so you can see it. That's going to be awesome. Perfect. So now I've got my pattern and I've got my centerpiece. Now the fun part. So you just kind of audition pieces of fabric that you want to go next to your centerpiece. You're going to pick a direction. So the next thing I do is I say, well, this, if I put it here, it's going to be a smaller piece, and I actually really like this. So I'm going to move that to down here. And the whole point is you're going to sew this together, open it up, and follow your edges, follow your sides. So this is going to be a rather small piece. So I kind of keep that in mind, because I actually like that piece too. So I've chosen the 5 fabrics that are going to go around my centerpiece, and I'm going to go in a clockwise direction. So my first piece is going to be this little guy right here. I'm going to pin him and sew right from edge to edge. Take it back to your cutting table. So you're going to cut just right on this edge right here. Do the same thing. And that's your first piece. Second piece, we decided was going to be this. So this will be sewn on this edge. So you can pin it if you'd like. A lot of times I don't. I just take it to the machine. So now I'm going to follow that line. And this is my second piece. My third piece that I was going to put down is this one here. So as long as your fabric
is greater than these 2 points, you can put anything you want, because then you can just taper down. So when you're all done, you'll have 5 different fabrics. So this was my first seam, second seam, third seam, fourth seam, and fifth seam. So now that I have my 5 pieces of fabric all the way around my centerpiece, I can start working on my pattern. So as you can see, I've got to add some right in this area and at the toe. I found this really cute little bunny that I want to put right on the toe. I think that'd be super cute. But I still need to add fabric right up in here. So I'm going to add this red. That'll be fine. Now I'm going to cut this here to add my fur cuff. First things first, let's add this piece here. Now I also often use just a Mylar template that I can actually see through, and that's very, very handy. In this case, I kind of know what I'm going to want this in the center, so I can kind of work on that. If you really want to know exactly where your crazy patch pieces are going to lay, the Mylar template's the best. So this is going to be my sew line. So I'm going to cut it 1/4 of an inch bigger. So now I need to work on my toe. So I think if we put it here, figure out exactly where we want it. Okay, I'm going to sew it right there. Now let's go ahead and press it, and I'm short a little bit right here. Little pieces really come in handy. So now I'm going to just square up my cuff material, and since I'm going to be doing 2 stockings, I'm just going to divide this in half. So I now have my back cut out, and I am going to put right sides together. Sew it up, and then I'm going to put on the cuff. Felt is another sensitive fabric that you want to be very careful of under the iron. So if you use parchment paper, it doesn't stick and it doesn't let it burn. So I've got my cuff folded. Make sure that your other side isn't in the way. So I'm going to cut extra off of my cuff. Now in my stash of fabric, I came across some really fun pieces that are already finished. And if you don't have something already made, this is just a 2.5 inch strip, sewn, turned inside out, and pressed. So I'm going to put this into the seam. I did adjust my little hoop loop, and I put it inside the cuff. But other than that, I think it turned out cute. Well, my stocking turned out as cute as can be, and I was so happy with it. I'm going to do another one. And if you find a piece that you really like, you can make it into the shape that you want. And that's going to be the centerpiece. And planning out where your material and your centerpiece is going to be, kind of have in mind when you start where you want to start. I could start this piece right here, but it's going to be very small. And I kind of like this, right, like all the way across. So if I skip down and do this as my first piece, then go around, this is going to end up right on top, right below the cuff. And I think I like that. And the fabric position for number 5 is going to be straight across. And that's exactly what I wanted. Put this piece right here. We'll press it and see where we need to add fabric next. And now we can kind of start to look at where the placement is going to be. So I want this guy in the center, so that's fine. I'm going to come down here and I want the train to be more along the toe. So somewhere I'm looking for fabric that'll fill in these spots right here. I want the train to be somewhere around that location. So I'm just going to build around it. That looks nice there. This will be perfect there. And we'll put maybe another holly. One tip, if you are using more velvety materials or velvet itself, do not iron directly. Cutting out the back, make sure that you put your fabric like you're going to sew it, right sides together, so that way you don't get it mixed up. So we're going to flip it all the way around. So I'm just going to lay my loop right on top of my cuff. I'm just going to layer it right in there, put it right in the seam. I'm going to drop it down a little bit. And the big reveal. It was fast, it was easy, and it's so cute. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is too cute. And the both of them together, love it. Just love it.
Happy holidays.